That's a tough catch by Williams. He over the shoulder, Willie Mays style, along the sideline. Usually you see guys turn their shoulders back and try and high point that football. He did a good job opening that breadbasket up. That's a big play there for the Vikings. And, not a terrible throw by Andrews, just letting his guy go make a play on it.
Gain of 20 on the completion to Williams. And we've seen both quarterbacks attack that backside now after going and loading up on the opposite side. And a nice completion for Andrews.
And up the middle they go to Hamilton. The ball's ripped loose. They're going to say he's down.
Oh, that's a close one there. Has taken off the other direction. It was a Brandywine Bulldog and Peyton Taylor. And, Pat, you think he might have been down by contact.
They call him down. But there it is. Mekhi Hamilton up the middle for 9. And that's what they will do. It's so quick. That second level sometimes doesn't have time to react until he's past them. We saw that last night with Caravel as well. I mean, they were able to bust a couple of 8, 9, 15-yard gains against Apo, including one that got him to midfield in the fourth quarter, and they got punched out. That really turned the game around. It was 14-7. They had a chance to run the clock out, and that fumble caused issues.
Turnovers, biggest part of the game in a lot of coaches' minds. Fake the speed sweep. No, they give it to Matagara on the speed sweep as Andrews was under center. He cuts upfield, squares his shoulders, and needed about 2 yards, and he'll get about 4. First down Vikings as the drive continues, and St. Elizabeth's deeper into the red zone.
You can see Matagaro just patient, waiting for his blocks to set up, kind of Le'Veon Bell style, but good job by Brandywine swarming the football, albeit after first down yardage. They limited the damage there.
St. A's began this drive on the 25-yard line, and just like we saw Brandywine do with their opening drive of the ball game, took it almost the length of the field there for a score, able to cap it off with a field goal. Good defense by St. E's in the red zone. Can Brandywine lock it up here on the other side? Handoff, getting outside and almost to the pylon. I believe it was not Matagaro this time. Isaiah Coleman, who has been phenomenal defensively here in the first quarter. Now they put the ball in his hands.
Yeah, St. E's has some guys, man. Coleman, again, he's a sophomore, and he just plays aggressively, man. That's kind of what I like about him. He's just a go type player, and sometimes that's all you need to do. Is again another Brandywine Bulldog down. I hope these injuries end up being short-term thing. This is a better sign. He's up and walking.
Yeah, good sign there as Tyler Wade, the junior, able to make it off the field here under his own power. And after the big carry by Coleman, it's going to set up first and goal for the Vikings.
Impressive drive here by St. E's. They've done a little bit of everything, Nick. They've gotten the inside run going. They've gotten the outside run going, a few passes, and that's something that this offense hasn't had the last couple of years, and it could really kind of make them unpredictable and open some things up for them as this season progresses.
First and goal for St. Elizabeth's, just outside the goal line. It's an inside handoff, trying to get in, and he does. It's Coleman for a touchdown.
Great run there by Coleman. Good blocking on that right side of the offensive line. And that's an impressive drive there by St. E's, counteracting the field goal by Brandywine on their opening drive.
A 1-yard touchdown run by Coleman, but he got the final 2 carries of the drive and picked up about 12 or 13 on the first, and then caps off the touchdown on the next drive. And now the St. Elizabeth's ready for the PAT or 2-point conversion. Now, in the past, Pat St. E's been able to kick that extra point, and we'll see what they line up
going for 2
and do here this year. So only going to be a 2-point team, as we talked about off the air, and then it's going to be a delayed handoff here as Matagaro was picked up and slammed. A nice read that time of the play made, I believe it was Freedom Wiggins, and ended up tossing him to the ground. The football came loose, and the conversion no good. So St. Elizabeth, though, does go 75 yards in just under 4.5 minutes. Pat, to take the lead 6-3. What stood out to you there on that drive from the Vikings?
I think it was the variation of play calls there by Coach Lemon. Getting the outside run, inside run, and the passing game involved. Again, keeping this offense fresh, unpredictable, putting that Brandywine defense on their heels. That was a nice answer by the Viking offense after a pretty impressive drive there by Brandywine to open it up.
So St. E's set to kick it away here momentarily. 6-3, 54 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter on 302 Sports. Appreciate everybody tuning in here. You can have your college game day on another television in your house. Saturday morning action here from Abyssinia. Nick Allison, Drini, Pat Garianis, Jason Winchell, Craig Laskowski, Mike Lang to our right.
We'll get you prepared for big noon kickoff.
That's right. Some big ones today, and whenever I can spend a Saturday with you guys, I'll be there. So that one returned just outside the 40. And Brandywine going to start this drive with some decent field position at their own 42.
Yes, I hear McNair, up man, returning that one. Another tall, lanky player for Brandywine. They do have some size at the skill position there. Good field position, and let's see if they can carry off of that opening drive, albeit without a big-time player and Amori Johnson on this drive. They're still able to move the football. Penalties kind of hurt them down here in the red zone, so let's see if they can carry off that momentum.
Bo Perron has the play call back out to the huddle here. 46 seconds before the snap of the ball as we are winding down quarter number 1 between our number 2 ranked Brandywine Bulldogs and our number 3 ranked St. Elizabeth Vikings here in Class 1A. Beaupron out of the gun to start. Going to throw it just quick, one-step drop. Looking deep down the field for Jasir Green, and a pretty good ball as Green kind of was late to track it down the field. It falls incomplete, though. Good coverage on the back end from the Vikings, but Beaupron a little snap and go there to start this drive.
It was a good ball by Bo Perlon. The way he placed it, it was only going to be his guy, Green, that could make the play. But the size out there of Cole Andrews, I think, threw Green off a little bit because he had him beat. But Andrews was able to get, his hands up in the air, and himself, he's about 6'3", so.
Yeah, you see him standing next to Williams. Yeah. Those two guys here on this side of the field, they've got some height on them. They're absolutely right about that. And now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. It'll be slot to the left side for Beaupron in the pistol. Hand it off up the middle, and running room here for Peyton Taylor.
Still on his feet.
Taylor breaking tackles inside the 20. And he's going to be finally brought down at the 15. The ball came loose, but they're going to mark him down.
See, and this is it. This is the weakness of if there's a weakness here for the Vikings, it's their tackling. And right there, they kind of got caught in a pass coverage situation. They felt that was going to be a pass. It was a good draw play. Nobody in the middle of the field, and way to keep the feet churning. And good following by the Bulldog, non-runners on the play, because that ball was jarred loose at the very end. They were able to fall on it, and they're set up with a 1st and goal here.
53-yard run that time for Peyton Taylor. And now 1st and goal coming up for the Bulldogs, but not before another penalty, and I think
end of the quarter.
End of the quarter. Well, that'll take us to the end of 1 here at Abyssinia Stadium. It's been fun so far. Brandywine 1st and goal on the other side of the break here on 302 Sports. 6-3, the Vikings leading the Bulldogs in a battle of Class 1A. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com. Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com. Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all.
And welcome back inside 302 Sports. Nick Allison, Drini, Pat Garianis, Jason Winchell, Craig Laskowski, Mike Lang, and guess who? Nick Halliday just walked in. A big-time carry for Peyton Taylor, Pat, 53 yards, has him set up 1st and goal inside the 10 as we just ended quarter number 1. So to start quarter number 2, a chance for the Brandywine Bulldogs. Out of the gun, back to Taylor. Jump stop, stays on his feet. But St. Elizabeth's right there to meet him after the initial line of scrimmage. A short game there on 1st and goal.
And this is it. This is where Brandywine kind of shot themselves in the foot on their opening possession. They had to settle for 3. Getting down in at the 6-yard line right now. They've got to really execute, get their runners into the second level, and take advantage of this opportunity here. You don't want to settle for 3 again.
You're absolutely right. And now 2nd and goal from, it looks like the 6. Coming up here for the Bulldogs. Motion. Beaupron hands it off to Green on the sweep around the outside. Green extends, and he's into the end zone. And Jasir Green able to cap off a nice drive, a 60-yard drive here, fresh into the second quarter for the Bulldogs. They regain the lead.
Great job by Green, and they were able to get the edge. I mean, they were able to make some key blocks out there on the edge, and Green did a good job of fighting his way to the pylon. Good job by Brandywine. Again, both these teams answering here offensively. Way to get 6 right there, and now the all-important, potentially game-changing extra point with St. E's unable to do so.
So Green caps it off on the ground after the huge 53-yard Peyton Taylor run that set up the touchdown for Green. Cleghorn with the extra point is up and through. And you said it before the drive started. How will the Brandywine Bulldogs answer? Well, 60 yards in about 2.5 minutes is what the answer was. They regain the lead on the touchdown from Jasir Green. And now we'll stay right here as the Vikings set to return the upcoming kickoff.
Yeah, and it was a big play yet again, breaking some tackles, and that's where Brandywine's going to be able to, keep themselves in this one. This could end up being a shootout. Again, they get into that second level, and that's where St. E's, sometimes has some challenges is tackling. So if these guys can hold on to the football, run the ball hard, they can set themselves up in good scoring opportunities here. Big touchdown. Now they all come over and they congratulate their teammate, Maury Johnson. So look at that. Even though he's not on the field, he's still here getting involved with the offense. Love to see that.
And again, we saw the injury back in that first quarter. It looked like a tough play there, and it looked like Johnson did get banged up. But you said it. I mean, for a player to go through an injury like that, and again, he was trying to get back out there. He's been getting taped up on the table. He's still there watching all the pads still on and everything. And you got to love that. This one booted away by Cleghorn. Caught over near the 15-yard line on the far sideline, able to stay in bounds for the Vikings.
There's Mackay Hamilton on the return. He might have been able to let that one bounce out of bounds, but that's a freshman. Did a good job of at least securing possession and trying to fight forward.
Yeah, you said it. Freshman, a lot of young talent here as well, especially for St. E's, and that wasn't necessarily the case through the past 3 or 4 years when they were competing for those state championships.
Yeah, they were kind of senior laden.
Yep.
A lot of on those teams, and this a different kind of unit. They got some size, they got some youth, and right now I know Coach Lemon, the focus is just trying to get bodies, man. I mean, the last few years it's been thin.
It's half
the
year, battle.
They went back up north there. I mean, it's still only 28 guys, but last year I think they only had 18.
They go to Hamilton on the inside handoff after faking the toss. And how about the freshman? He's going to carry some Bulldogs as some teammates now pushing him forward.
Still on his feet. Oh, he got the ball
and the
ripped
ball
out.
is taken away.
I mean, my Lord, we're not going to blow the whistle dead, huh?
I thought the play was dead. Instead, it was Kyron Robinson who pulled it out late, and that's going to end up being a huge turnover as Micah Hamilton, the freshman, kept the legs churning. And a nice job by the Brandywine defense to rip that ball out late.
Hey, that's why you play into the whistle. Good work there by Brandywine. That ball, he got him stood up. Everyone's pushing everybody. Just rip that ball out.
Man, look at Maury Johnson. He hobbled off the table on 1 foot to the sideline to celebrate with his teammates, forcing that turnover. And just update from Brandywine, Pat. Check this out as Cleghorn, after that extra point, that was his 100th point scored for Brandywine Bulldogs in just his second season of action. And we talked about his leg last year, and he had a huge year. And How about that? 100 points in just his second season. We're only halfway through. Inside handoff to Taylor to start the drive for Brandywine. Nowhere to go. The Vikings are ready for that one. A carry for no gain.
Yeah, he's one of the top kickers in the state. He's got a lot of talent there, and he seems to be poised. I mean, there's been some games where he's kicking 3 or 4 field goals a game. So just the beginning for him. It's a heck of an accomplishment with more to come.
Yeah, you never know, right? Cleghorn having himself a nice career. The senior now, maybe playing on some more Saturdays potentially, depending if that's something he wants to do or where he wants to go. But congratulations, over 100 points in 2 seasons. Heck of an accomplishment for the Bulldog kicker. And again, a huge turnover, Pat, just to rewind there for Micah Hamilton, who picked up at least 11 to 12 yards, kept that pile going, and somehow the ball comes late. Again, no whistle. After the loss, 2nd and 11, they come back to the fullback that time, into the arms of Dylan Walker, the junior. He was trying to get some of that negative yardage back. He's able to get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice run. And here you go, 3rd down and 10. Again, let's see if they put the ball in the air with Beau Perlant. They have some big playability here against this Viking defense. Let's see if they take advantage of it, try and extend this lead. That was a big turnover. Big turnover forced by their defense.
Yeah, again, that could, when you look and it's all said and done down the stretch here today, could be the determining factor, turnovers. And they're going to empty it out for Beau Perrant here on 3rd and long. Screen to Robinson, who couldn't hold on to it as he saw the eyes of Caleb Ross coming towards him across the middle. And that one falls incomplete.
Yeah, Ross did a good job of recognizing it, falling back, and it's incomplete. And now here we go. All right, he just hit 100 points. Ian Cleghorn is going to attempt a 40-plus yarder here.
Ooh, here we go. Kicking team out for the Brandywine Bulldogs, who lead 10-6. A chance to make it a touchdown game.
39-yarder. Players got to come off the field.
Some subs for the Vikings. I believe maybe an equipment issue. And again, Cleghorn, as Pat mentioned, a chance to now clear that 100-point scored mark in just a season and a half. Here he is with a chance at about a 40-yarder. The kick is up. It's got the distance, and he nails it.
Kid's got quite a leg here, Nick. That looked good.
Ian Cleghorn from 40 extends this Brandywine lead, 13-6 Bulldogs over the Vikings, as we'll take a quick timeout and we come back. Kickoff coming up. Vikings will get it back, trailing 13-6. 8:56 to go here in first half action.
Kid's got good.
Ian Cleghorn from 40 yards out gives the Bulldogs a touchdown lead. They now lead 13-6. And it all started as we, again, have the kickoff upcoming. Back to receive for St. Elizabeth's will be Soto. Instead, that one's going to drop through the hands of Micah Hamilton, who's able to pick it back up, make something happen. Again, he is immune to going down. He can carry some guys forward. And again, you mentioned just a freshman, but again, putting on display what we think he's capable of. Looks good so far. A tough turnover there, but that's what allowed Brandywine to kick that field goal, put some more points on the board. A big play by the Brandywine defense.
It was. Huge play. And again, you play to the whistle there. I mean, they held him up. The one thing as a freshman is you usually have a strength disadvantage as a freshman. He's got a low center of gravity, but that upper body strength, I mean, that's just a couple of older guys being able to rip the football out of his hands. That ball security is going to be huge for him moving forward. But he is a tough runner. That was a big play by Brandywine. They get him to a comfortable touchdown lead here.
St. E's 1st and 10 from the 40. They'll tighten it up here on 1st down. It's going to be a handoff coming back the other way. Another counter to Alexander Soto. Unable to get to the outside, though. Going to be brought down, I believe, for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Jasir Green did a good job staying disciplined there on that counter crisscross, and it ends up being a negative play here for the Vikings. Nice play. Brandywine defense perhaps starting to tighten up a little bit.
You said a counter crisscross. I think that was the exact terminology
used
used back then. I don't remember going over the counter crisscross. There it is, William Penn. I remember that one.
Absolutely.
And obviously being adopted
That's a wing T play there.
That's right.
You know, Nick, and Coach Lemon obviously was a part of our staff when we were playing for Coach Joe Hempel, and that was exclusively wing T. That we
Play
ran.
action now. Andrews looking deep down the field's got a man. It's Matagaro who skies up and brings it down inside the 25. A big play for the Vikings offense.
Big play, right? I mean, you can see the defense sucking in on the run. Nice play action pass. Andrews did a good job putting that ball out in front of Matagaro. Only thing I'd like to see is, I know he kind of had to there, but don't backpedal. Don't backpedal as a receiver. It can cause some issues there. Trust your quarterback.
34-yard completion from Andrews to Matagaro.
It looks like we got a timeout here by Brandywine.
Yeah, that'll allow us to talk a minute about it. And again, St. E's, we know they don't pass much, but the pass works off of that run game. Play action sets it up deep.
Absolutely, and Andrews has got the arm talent. I mean, he can let this thing rip, and Brandywine's going to have to be careful not to let these receivers in Williams and Matagaro get behind them, because Andrews can get it to them. So, that's a big-time play there to set the Vikings up, looking to answer after 10 unanswered by Brandywine.
Matagaro now with 2 catches for 41 yards. Andrews has completed all 3 of his passes for 61 yards. And a big play for that Viking offense now has them knocking on the door of the red zone here, trailing 13-6, 7:57 still to go here in the opening half. It was a rainy morning here in Wilmington to start this one, and again, we're getting some sprinkles, I think, throughout the rest of the day, and Pat educating me on the nor'easter that's coming through here, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast over the weekend, so some football weather here on a chilly Saturday morning.
That it is, and again, it's just another piece of adversity these players got to play through, especially throwing the football, which both of these teams do like to do from time to time.
It'll be now Andrews in the shotgun, looking to throw once more. Matagaro's got to step on the defender, and he drops it in the bucket. Matagaro for 6, a 26-yard touchdown. Andrews to Matagaro.
A little hitch and go, and you could see the cornerback kind of got sucked up on that. Good pump fake by Andrews, and he just put the ball up there for Matagaro to go run under. And again, I mean, this young man is a really great athlete down here in 1A. It really is expanded this St. Elizabeth offense, bringing him into the mix, and that's a nice play. And again, 2-point conversion time for the Vikings. We got ourselves a ball game here.
Oh, baby.
Nick, 2 great offenses right here.
And again, rain, as soon as we said sprinkling, it's starting now to actually come down here with 7:50 to go in quarter number 2. 13-12 after the touchdown catch for Matagaro. And as Pat mentioned, 2-point conversion attempt coming up here. So the Vikings will either end this play trailing by 1 or have the lead. As there it is, 3 backs in the backfield, Andrews under center. Inside handoff, they get it to Coleman. Flags come flying. He wouldn't have got there, but flags to check out first.
Something against the Vikings here. I couldn't quite tell what that signal was.
And the way that the whistles came out, it seems like they tried to stop the play dead. So again, Brandywine would have had to stop, but it looks like a pre-play whistle here. So either going to be another
12 men
attempt.
on the field. Yeah, 3 come off. And 2 come on.
Yeah, so again, if you're Brandywine, nothing you could decline in that situation, because it looked as if, though, they would have came up with the stop instead of another opportunity after the penalty.
Yeah, a little too many men action here. That actually probably benefits St. E's a little bit more. You got more space to operate with. It opens the passing game up a little bit.
They've been better when they've had longer distances to go. And let's see if that benefits them here after the penalty. Up now close to the 10-yard line. Andrews out of the gun. They'll roll him out after the snap. Here's the pressure. Andrews looking for somewhere to go. Fires, has a man. That one almost intercepted. Nice coverage and a nice break on the ball that time by Brandywine Zahir McNair, and that's going to bring that conversion unsuccessful.
I mean, he made the play. I mean, McNair, great job flying to the football there, because Matagaro was wide open sitting in the zone, and Andrews had him for the 2-point conversion, but it was just a dead sprint by McNair to get there and break that football away. Really nice play by the junior defensive back there for Brandywine to hold the lead up by 1.
Great coverage, breaks it up, and you said it, we've got a game 13-12. Brandywine holds the 1-point lead after the stop defensively there, and now we'll get a chance to check out that Brandywine offense again, who has been scoring points, I believe, on every drive that they've had the football. Field goal, touchdown, field goal. For the Bulldogs.
The only non-score has been the turnover. defense is optional today, Nick. This morning, defense is optional.
In the football weather, too, we thought the rain might have a hold on the offenses. And here is McNair. He's going to catch it at the 25. McNair shooting up the middle of the field, breaks a tackle, has a teammate on his back, and he's going to be pushed down up outside the 45. So Brandywine has started with good field position. Each time they've had the football, they've scored points, and now they have field position once again up here near their own 45 to start.
Made good job by McNair, and again, just keep the feet moving. Brandywine, tough running here in this first half. Good work by them.
Beauperon and Taylor getting the play call here from Coach Mays before heading back out into the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 46, 13-12. Brandywine out in front of the St. Elizabeth Vikings. 2 versus 3 here in Class 1A.
Yeah, both these are 2 of the better offenses down here in Class A as well, and they're putting that on display here.
An inverted pistol look here for Beauperon. Hands off to Taylor. Taylor with a hole. Taylor using the speed. Gets past that initial level of defense up on the other side of the 50 to the Brandywine 49, a gain of about 6.
Yeah, Florencio out here at this outside linebacker position had a great look to come there off the edge, but it was a nice juke there to turn what could have been maybe even a loss of 1 on the play into a gain of 6. Nice work here by Brandywine. Again, just taking what the defense gives them.
Taylor, 5 carries for 75 yards, averaging 15 yards a pop. Of course, a lot of that coming on the 53-yard carry that set up the touchdown a little while ago. 2nd and 4 now on the other side of the 50. Some movement up front, no flags, an inside handoff this time to a new ball carrier for the Bulldogs. And now he's slow to get up at the 45-yard line, and
man, it looks like maybe another ankle. These poor guys, man.
Yeah, reaching down to that lower leg. Yeah, no number for us yet on the carry. And we do have it now.
12.
Yeah, that's Darian Griffin. That was his first touch of the football game there offensively for the Bulldogs. And he's down at the 45.
Man, it's tough to see. I mean, these Bulldogs, a lot of difference makers that can, once they get the football in their hands. And you hate to see this, man. Just getting hobbled out here.
Griffin picked up 3 before the injury. It'll be 3rd and 1, and now the training staff trying to get a hand up, and this is a good sign here. Hopefully he's able to get up to his feet. And he will be.
Ankle.
And we talked a little bit before he went back on the air pad. It was Brandywine this year has some depth, right? You look at that roster here in front of us, 54 players on that roster. Again, not sure if we have 54 suited up here in front of us today, but a lot of players, more depth than I think we usually anticipate for Brandywine, and they're going to need it today, dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it to you this way. So when I was at St. Elizabeth now 13 years, or actually 15 years ago, holy crap.
You hate when you say it out loud. It really starts to hit you. I was right there with you.
That's what we had. I mean, we had around 50 to 55 players, and you kind of need that, right?
Yeah.
You need that depth after a long season, and that's an advantage down here at 1A for Brandywine. A lot of bodies they can go to here.
3rd and 1. They this time go back to Peyton Taylor. He'll get the yardage they needed for a new set of downs. And close to about the 42.
Late penalty marker here. Let's see what this is. That was a big-time, good executed play up front for Brandywine to get the short yardage. Let's see what the penalty is.
It's a gain of 3 as it stands right now. And
I think that's a hold, which could be huge because it's not a dead ball penalty. So this 3rd and 1 that they just converted might be 3rd and 11. Let's see. I think that's what he signaled.
It was either a hold or a quick personal foul, but I think you're right. I don't think we're getting a personal foul here.
And it wasn't a dead ball, so it's 3rd and 11. Man, that's a big-time penalty there for Brandywine.
I believe it looks like a holding on the spot foul. The hold is what I think we're getting here.
And it was on the back end because it was the backside official that threw it. That hurts. Let's see if they can execute, though. Again, I mean, they've got big play capability within them.
Unofficially, Brandywine with 5 penalties. St. Elizabeth 0 here in the first half. 5:49 and ticking. The Vikings been, I guess, a little bit more disciplined, you could say, to this point. And now 3rd and 11. Beauperon, they set up a screen to Green on the backside. He couldn't haul it in. Would have been interesting to see what he could have done with the ball in his hands there. Had a little room, not a lot of room. So it would have been interesting, but the ball falls incomplete for Beaupron looking for Green, and now 4th and long.
That's the 3rd screen pass in a row that they've dropped, and that's something that they're going to want to clean up. I mean, it's there for them. They do a great job on that screen pass. Of, that front line is pushing through, and you got blockers against the 2nd and 3rd level of the defense there. That's an advantage for Brandywine. And you just got to tighten it up, hold on to that football. Don't get ahead of your tracks, right, or ahead of your skis. Catch that football first, and then go and make the play.
Yeah, you said it multiple times that we've seen that today. And again, maybe the weather does have something to do with it. Punt team
could.
On for Brandywine.
Look at a rugby style.
There it is, a good one. That was once again Cleghorn doing double duty as that will bounce out around the 15.
Great work by Cleghorn. Pins them inside the 20-yard line. Does a little bit of everything, man. This guy's a special team. He might be a special team all-stater, man.
He might. It's right over 100 points, as we mentioned. I mean, having himself heck of a season and a half, and that will continue, especially with the success that Brandywine has had during his tenure. So Beaupron after that drive, 2 of 7, still just the 25 yards. He had the big 25-yard pass earlier in the ball game, then a screen completion for 0 yards, and it's been a little tough trying to get that passing game back going for the Bulldogs. Andrews has completed all 3 of his passes for 61 yards and the touchdown. And now the Vikings back out on offense to start this one from their own 15.
Hamilton, again, look at him fighting. A great job there by the Brandywine defense to swallow him up and limit it, but again, doesn't go down on the first tackle. He's not a big guy, Nick. It's not a big dude.
Somebody, again, this is random, but somebody in the NFL did a study on the guys that can break tackles like that in Jonathan Taylor, and I forget the other example they used. It might have been Josh Jacobs. But they say when you're shedding that many tacklers or breaking that, dragging people along, your risk for injury goes up. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he has been just carrying defenders forward. Again, you think about the fumble he had a little while ago, but you will take that hard running every time from Michael Hamilton. The freshman looking good here. Play action for Andrews. Does he have a man? Back across his body, middle of the field for Matagaro, in and out of his hands.
Good ball, good effort, great route. Great coverage on the back end. Much better coverage there by Brandywine on the waggle play. In coverage there, both were Kyron Robinson and Peyton Taylor. Good job by those 2 guys in the secondary, sticking with it.
Robinson been all over the field defensively. Had that fumble picked up a little while back on the turnover from St. Elizabeth's. In coverage there, as Pat mentioned. And now 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. 3rd and long after the first down carry for no gain, and then the second down incompletion.
You don't want to tell that stat to about breaking tackles. Cam Scattaboo.
Yeah, you're right. He's going to fit right into that experiment, into that
I hate
study.
that he's a Giant, but I love him as a player, man.
Yeah, it was a tough Thursday. It was a tough Thursday night. Hopefully you got him in a few of your fantasy leagues. Timeout, St. Elizabeth. We'll stay right here because
I'm going against
having some fun.
Oh, you're going against him. 30 points he dropped on me.
I wish I had him in Dynasty.
Yeah,
but he's looking good there.
I don't know, Nick. I don't know how long his career is going to be based off of his play style. I mean, this is a modern day Mike Allstott we're seeing from this guy.
He has a burst last night, and every time he scores, he does a cartwheel or a backflip. He's like a gymnast after he gets into the end zone.
I loved him last year, man. I mean, I was hoping he won the Heisman just because, you don't see those old school style football players anymore.
You remind me of Toby Gerhart from
Stanford.
Remember him?
Toby Gerhart, Peyton Hillis.
Those are good guys.
Gerhart, he's definitely the better. He's the better comparison. Toby Gerhart was awesome,
I'll tell you, watching him in the playoff, college football playoff last year was spectacular, but unfortunately now he's a Giant alongside Jackson Dart. Looks pretty good.
I love both those
guys, I was a big Dart guy coming out of the draft, so that would hurt a little bit, but it's good to see that he's playing well. So I kind of anticipated that. That's good, but the bad part is he's doing it for the G-men.
We're Eagles fans, folks, at home, in case you're wondering. But we're not those type of Eagles fans.
No.
If you get,
we don't want Sirianni fired just yet.
No.
That was the conversation last year.
He won the Super Bowl last year. He bought himself at least 3 more years.
I think that's how it should be, but who knows? We are in the Philadelphia area. Some movement here. Terrence Williams 10 yards down the field before the snap of the football.
That can't happen out of a timeout. You got to lock in there. It's a bad penalty. Pushes him back 3rd and 14. You don't like to see that out of timeout. So I'll tell you what, the former former St. Elizabeth longtime coach Joe Hempel would be irate. That would earn you a death stare from Coach Hempel. Not only would you get it on sideline film on Monday, that would be rewinded about 3 or 4 times in front of the whole team.
A lot of the time I looked forward to it, for the most part, but I'll tell you what, when you're defensively, you got Sibbs in that film room.
Oh, yeah, he's another one.
You dreaded Mondays, or I guess we actually, my senior year, we had Sunday morning. After every Friday night, we had film Saturday morning. So
yeah, we would do it Monday.
Yeah, we were there the next morning. Here's Andrews firing out. Has a man down the seam into the hands of Alexander Soto, who, again, we saw him return some kicks, made some plays on defense, and this time they get him into the offensive game plan.
It's a huge play out of the slot. Picks up the first down on 3rd and 14. Good touch by Andrews, and Soto did a great job catching a football, getting upfield. Lost it, albeit the ground forced the fumble, but again, ball security is a concern here early for the Vikings, already with 1 turnover. But a nice play.
That's good for another 20. And you said it, when they need a big play, they get one. A huge conversion on 3rd and long.
4 minutes to go, 2 timeouts for both teams. See if the clock becomes a factor here.
Andrews wants to throw again, and once again finds Soto as he's into Brandywine territory to the 42.
Great job just sitting in the zone. Good job by Andrews to read the defense there. Knows he's got a safety net, and Soto in the middle of that zone delivered a good strike. Soto 2 hands on the football. There you go. They're starting to learn about the ball security thing here, especially with a wet football. 2 back-to-back big plays through the air.
Big play. Good for 25 yards. So back-to-back plays for Soto, and he's got 2 catches for 46. $107 yards now for Andrews through the air. This handoff will go nowhere on 1st down, 3:20 and ticking.
Great job there by that Brandywine defense. And, that's going to be a key here. For the Vikings are going to mix in that inside run to Hamilton. And he's kind of carved up defenses so far this year. But if Brandywine could take care of that, it kind of nullifies, the Vikings to that play-action pass and the speed sweep. Kind of makes them a little more one-dimensional. So great job by that Brandywine defense of forcing St. E's into these 2nd and 3rd and longs. Your odds eventually, you like them when that's the case.
Now deep motion for Montegaro. They'll fake it to him. Andrews looking to throw. Backside for Montegaro, and that pass is intercepted. Intercepted on the far sideline and taken the other way by Zahir McNair. McNair with eyes on 6, and he fumbled it. That might have been out of the end zone. Was that a touchback?
What a heads-up play by Montegaro.
That might be a touchback. It's been the theme in the NFL through the first 4 weeks or 5 weeks of the year. And this time it was the track down, the run down from Montegaro. Got a hand on it from McNair at about the 2-yard line as he was going into the end zone. We're awaiting a call down on the field.
That's a great hustle play. Now that one will earn you some room in the film room.
That's right. You
want
to go to film room for that play. That was really close. If you have it here, maybe check out the replay. Was he in the pylon?
Oh, they're going to say he fumbled it out of bounds prior to the goal line. That's a huge break for Brandywine.
Wow.
They're set up in great scoring range, 13-12 of the score. And, yeah, just, didn't read the field right there, Andrews. He had the backside post. Williams was open on that.
And they drew it up. It looked like as a throwback to Montegaro. And Andrews, again, tried to shake off the defense looking right, came back to his left, let it go quickly. Didn't see McNair at all. And there was another Bulldog right behind McNair with them. He was double covered on the far sideline, and the throwback gets intercepted and taken all the way back to the 2-yard line.
Heck of a job by Montegaro to chase him down, but good discipline defensively by McNair again. Another play by him in the defensive secondary. Just sat back there, played his zone. Big-time interception right there to set Brandywine on the doorstep here for a score.
Walker to the left of Beauperant. Now motion. They get it into the hands of Peyton Taylor. Excuse me, that's not Taylor. Instead, it's Robinson for 6 around the edge.
Speed of Brandywine here coming into play on these speed sweeps. They're able to get the edge. Big-time play, and nice work there by Brandywine, turning an interception into points. Great work by them here as this half's starting to die down.
A lot of weapons here for Brandywine. We've seen Taylor, Johnson, Green, and this time it's Robinson off of the big play from McNair, and the Bulldogs extend this lead, awaiting the extra point from Cleghorn. .2:19 to go. St. Elizabeth offense will have the 2-minute drill to work with here after the kickoff from Brandywine, as the extra point is up, and you guessed it, it's Cleghorn. It's good.
Great work by Cleghorn. Good work by Brandywine again, and they extend their lead up to 8. Bulldogs doing a little bit of everything here today, Nick. Forcing turnovers. They're +2 in that category.
That's the name of the game.
Kicking field goals. Scoring touchdowns.
Not a lot of empty drives, right? I don't think we've seen one punt out of Brandywine, just from Cleghorn, just the one. And that's been it. And then the other ones for St. E's, we haven't seen them, but we've seen the turnovers, and that's been the difference, as you said it so far. And Brandywine's been able to capitalize off of those turnovers. They turned them into points, and now they lead 20-12. 2:19 to go for the St. Elizabeth offense. They will, if they are able to score, Pat, we know they'll go for 2. So, again, just a one-possession game here at Abyssinia Stadium.
You can see why so many people are excited about this Brandywine Bulldog team and why we have them ranked number 2 in our rankings. They are an explosive team that can beat you in a multitude of different ways in all 3 facets of the game. This is an exciting team. Their program, we've been seeing them build the last few years.
That's right.
Excited to see how they continue as this season goes on, as this game goes on and the season goes on.
Yeah, I know Jason and I had the luxury of doing that playoff game last year, and they were so fun to watch. What a performance they put on for Jason and I at their home field against Christiana. Was a heck of a crowd and a heck of a statement win there. And they've rolled that right into this season, and we've got a battle of 2 versus 3. So now 2-11 for the Vikings to work with, Pat. They've had some success through the air up to that point, as Andrews has hit 5 of 7 passes for 107 yards, a touchdown and an interception.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, the Vikings have had some big chunk plays in this game. They got to clean the turnovers up. I mean, they've given Brandywine 14 points off of turnovers.
It's Hamilton in the backfield to the left of Andrews. I believe Coleman to the near side and Williams to the far side. Soto in the slot. Here's the snap. Quick screen to Matagaro. Matagaro able to make this 2 defenders miss, but a nice tackle by, I believe, McNair. No, take that back. It was Nicholas Webb who might have saved a bigger game.
That was great hustle by Webb there. He was behind the play, but if he doesn't chase that down, Matagaro is still running. Great effort right there by the defensive end.
Andrews once again to snap. Quick passing game to Soto out in the flat. And Soto's got the sideline. Nobody was there to catch Soto. Soto racing into Brandywine territory, tackle just outside the red zone.
Another big play. And that was just getting sucked in as a defense. McNair, who's been great all game, went with receiver 1. The safety did not fly out there on that flat route. And that turns into a big-time chunk play, and the Vikings are set up with a chance to score again. It looks like a timeout. Brandywine, they want to regroup here. How about this game, Nick?
I'll tell you what, this is back and forth. This has been a lot of fun. Nick Allison, Drini Pack area. St. E's had 2 minutes here on the 2-minute drill. Well, they've still got 30 seconds, and they're all the way here knocking on the red zone door.
Yeah, this has been fun. It's reminiscent, I mean, the back-and-forth nature of the game last night between Appo and Caravel. The difference being Appo and Caravel didn't really convert a lot of touchdowns at the end of these big drives, whether they're penalties played a key component in that game. You're going to see 17-14 in the paper potentially or online this weekend, but that game could have been 35-30 or 35-34. I mean, it was that close. This game, these guys are executing touchdowns here, man. This is fun, man. This is fun football to watch.
Soto, 3 catches for 84 yards. They've all come on the last 2 drives for the Vikings. And that time it was almost, as you see in the NFL, a little pick-em-play where you run the slant across the middle, try to take out those defenders, and Soto was able to get to the flat with nobody there. But you mentioned the tackle that saved a potential touchdown. Again, Brandywine playing with that effort on defense. We've seen that on a few occasions from them. And now St. E's after the timeout, just outside the red zone. 1st and 10, a $1:46 to work with, trailing by 8. Looking to throw. This one's tipped up in the air. This one is up for grabs, and I think it fell safely to the ground as a Viking and Bulldog went up for it.
Great job again by Brandywine. Knew they weren't going to get there. They got the hands up, and they nearly forced another turnover. This defense is, they were giving up some yards, but they are swarming the football, trying to make plays.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, could have been Corey Davis, the senior, the defensive right tackle that got a hand on it. But great penetration, as you mentioned, and that ball was just clobbered out of the air, straight up into the air. Second and 10 after the incompletion.
They got man-to-man over here on the near side.
Andrews going to look to attack it. There it is, the one-on-one fader out to Monegaro. It's intercepted.
Yep. Great coverage right there. Great coverage by Peyton Taylor. He's one-on-one. That ball's floating in the air. He got back to the zone. He had great inside positioning there. Tremendous pick. And another turnover forced by this Brandywine defense. They have been impressive in the secondary.
What a catch. Good shot by Mike Lang. You'll see that on social media. Intercepted by Taylor. The third turnover of the first half for St. Elizabeth's, and still only down by 8, but you said it, that has been the big difference here so far in half number 1. A fumble and 2 interceptions, and Andrews now with his second interception in his last 5 attempts.
Just underthrew that football a little bit. Such a touch play there. You know, the coverage was synced back. He had to throw that maybe back pylon, but he put maybe a little too much loft on it or not enough arm. And he missed it on the inside, and that's not where you want to be against a fade.
I'll tell you, we talked about the athletes for Brandywine at all levels, and some more here is a sky interception from Peyton Taylor, who's also doing a great job on the ground for the Bulldogs. Now, Pat, let's see what Brandywine does here. They have 1:30 to work with.
Great cut.
Inside handoff to Taylor. Taylor shedding defenders up outside the 30, and now that may change the methodology for Brandywine, 123.
And 1 timeout left. And again, that was a heck of a cut in the backfield by Taylor. Again, had a defensive lineman ready to take down a Brandywine ball carrier in the backfield. But the quick cut, feeding the hot hand. Taylor gets the pick. They get him the football. Very next play, and he makes a big 20-yard run.
He was averaging 15 yards a carry before that one. It just went up. He is now at 6 carries for 105 yards here in the first half. So now it looks like maybe the Bulldogs get more aggressive here after the big 30-yard carry from Taylor. This won't help if they have to take a timeout, and they will.
This does not help in this situation. I mean, Brandywine's up 8. St. E's will receive the football.
That's right. That's what I wanted to bring to your attention. Again, something I wanted to talk about. St. E's will get the ball here in the second half. I was going to ask maybe if that changes how aggressive Brandywine would be on that first play, but didn't have to because they handed it off. Taylor got 30, and now they have a chance to score.
Yeah, and what it does is it makes you have to be aware of clocking the football, which was something we saw last night in the Appoquinimink Caravel game. Caravel did a good job of it at the end of regulation. You're going to have to get out of bounds. When you get first downs, you're going to have to get up on the football, potentially spike it depending on how many yards you get. But not having that timeout in your pocket, especially with Delaware's Legatron and Ian Cleghorn. Clegatron. We're gonna have to call him.
Oh, man. That's
nickname.
it. That's
New
it.
nickname
Ding,
unlocked.
ding, ding. We have a winner.
You're going to have to be aware of that and be ready to spike the football when necessary.
You know, that is such a good point, Pat, because you're right. That changes some things here as well. You only got to get to maybe about the 25 to give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bullprod first and 10 out of the break, 123.
Reverse.
They reverse it to Robinson. He lost the football, but he's able to pick it back up. Coleman was the closest Viking around. That could have been a huge change in momentum, but Robinson able to hop back on it. And just not enough penetration from St. Elizabeth's on the reverse to have enough bodies to jump on it. A heads-up play by Robinson to save a possession from Brandywine.
Like the play call, though, by Brandywine there. Obviously, they didn't execute it, which hurts. And now they may go into the break. No timeouts here by St. E's, even though they got 2 in their pocket to potentially try and force a punt. But, yeah, I like the idea. The reverse, you know, you haven't shown any gadget-type plays yet against this Viking defense who's struggling to tackle in the secondary. I like that.
Looked like he had some running room if he was able to get out wide. So now just going to hand it off here. Could take us to the half. Taylor is brought down by Soto. Kept in bounds. And clock will continue to run. Gain of about 3 yards for Taylor. His shortest carry of the afternoon.
And that's going to do it, I think, for the half. What an exciting first half here, Nick.
It has been a fun one. That's why you tune in here on Saturday mornings to big-time matchups on 302 Sports, 2 versus 3. And we've got a one-score game, 20-12. Brandywine leading St. Elizabeth's. Brandywine, Pat, they get 3 turnovers from their defense. They lead by 8. What stood out to you after one half of action?
That's what stood out to me, Nick. That's the difference in this game right now is the turnover battle. Brandywine +3 in that category. They've scored 14 points off of turnovers. The Vikings have moved the football against this Brandywine defense, but 3 turnovers there does not allow them to score points, and that has flipped this game in favor of Brandywine. See if they could tighten that up on their end, this game could get even closer. Potentially they take a lead. Brandywine got to keep making plays in the secondary, forcing turnovers. They got to try and stop the big plays against this Viking offense, and then offensively, just keep doing what they're doing. I like what they're doing on offense, making men miss and churning their way down the field. This has been a fun one, man. I expect the same here in the second half.
Bands coming onto the field here at halftime, and we'll get back. We'll get you some first half stats and maybe some rankings as we head into the weekend after Friday night. But what a first half it's been here from Abyssinia. 20-12, Brandywine leading St. Elizabeth's here on the Vikings senior night, or I guess I should say senior afternoon. Well, we're going to take a break here. We'll be back after the half. Brandywine leading St. Lee's in a clash of 1A Titans.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Matt's Fish Camp has 3 locations, all conveniently located on Route 1 in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Fenwick Island. Matt serves fresh seafood, coastal classics, and Sussex County comfort food. With an array of camp cocktails, craft ales, and a carefully selected wine list, there's something for everyone on the menu. Matt's is the place you can bring your family for dinner, grab lunch during the week, or hang with friends at happy hour. Each location offers unique outdoor dining and a raw bar featuring fresh, local oysters. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Stop into Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Bethany, or Fenwick.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
The Clubhouse at Baywood is a full-service restaurant and premier wedding and event venue in coastal Delaware. Located just a few miles from Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, this all-inclusive venue features breathtaking views, stunning indoor and outdoor spaces, and a team of professionals to help you plan your dream wedding. From our in-house florist to our award-winning culinary team, we will take care of everything, making sure your day will be one to remember. Reach out today to schedule your tour at Baywood.
From Fenwick Island to Middletown, Surf Bagel is your go-to spot for fresh baked bagels and good vibes. We're open daily from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., serving up breakfast and lunch favorites like our specialty wraps, made-to-order salads, tasty smoothies, and locally roasted coffee. Be sure to check out our iconic merch, the perfect way to wear the beach life wherever you go. Dine in and enjoy the beach atmosphere, or grab your order to go and hit the road. We're stoked to serve you soon.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Matt's Fish Camp has 3 locations, all conveniently located on Route 1 in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Fenwick Island. Matt serves fresh seafood, coastal classics, and Sussex County comfort food. With an array of camp cocktails, craft ales, and a carefully selected wine list, there's something for everyone on the menu. Matt's is the place you can bring your family for dinner, grab lunch during the week, or hang with friends at happy hour. Each location offers unique outdoor dining and a raw bar featuring fresh, local oysters. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Stop into Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Bethany, or Fenwick.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
The Clubhouse at Baywood is a full-service restaurant and premier wedding and event venue in coastal Delaware. Located just a few miles from Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, this all-inclusive venue features breathtaking views, stunning indoor and outdoor spaces, and a team of professionals to help you plan your dream wedding. From our in-house florist to our award-winning culinary team, we will take care of everything, making sure your day will be one to remember. Reach out today to schedule your tour at Baywood.
From Fenwick Island to Middletown, Surf Bagel is your...
And welcome back inside 302 Sports out of the halftime break here at Amesinio Stadium in a clash of 2 of the best teams in Class 1A. It's the Brandywine Bulldogs ranked 2nd in our 302 Sports Super 7, and the home team on Senior Day, the St. Elizabeth Vikings, who come in ranked 3rd. Again, good afternoon. Welcome back into 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Pat Garianis, Jason Winchell, Craig Laskowski, Mike Lang here with us for a big-time battle Saturday morning matinee football. Pat, what an exciting first half we had. 20-18, a one-touchdown lead for Brandywine. St. E's will receive the kickoff to start half number 2 here, but the Brandywine defense, Pat, comes away with 3 big turnovers, some few big plays on offense, and they have a touchdown lead heading into the second half.
Yeah, that's the difference in story of the first half. You know, Brandywine able to force some turnovers and prevent this high-powered Viking offense from scoring at will, because that's pretty much what they've done. I mean, they've every time they've touched the ball, it's been turnover or touchdown. So that's the difference in the game. Brandywine's got the lead because of it. Let's see if they can carry that into the second half. If St. E's can clean that up, you know, they can flip this lead right around, and we'll have ourselves a classic as we head into the second half. So let's see what we have in front of us.
And once again, it was Cleghorn who did the little pooch kicks that they've been doing all afternoon here in Abyssinia Stadium. It drops close to the sideline. Once again, we were kind of wondering earlier if St. Elizabeth might try to let one of those go out of bounds. That time, a really good kick. It was picked up at around the 27-yard line. So that's where the Vikings will begin this one. A tough interception on the last time we saw them to end the first half.
You know, nice matchup here on the edge. Let's see what they do.
Inside handoff to start the drive. I believe that was Micah Hamilton.
It was.
And he gets up outside the 30 for about a 4-yard gain on first down.
St. E's, I mean, that's a good run. Hamilton kind of was bottled up for the most part in the first half. That time he was able to break through, pick up 4, set them up with second down and manageable. And again, this Viking offense has moved the football against this Brandywine defense. If they can clean the turnovers up, that's going to be the key for them.
Had some big plays through the air as well, as Pat mentioned. Hamilton, 4 carries for 25 yards and a fumble in half number 1. Some movement here up front. I believe a false start
Neutral
against
zone.
St. Elizabeth's. And
I think
you're
it's
right.
a neutral zone infraction here.
And if Pat is correct on that, which I think he is, that is going to be the second time we've seen that called against the Bulldogs. And it'll be Brandywine's 6th penalty of the ball game. We've had 7 total penalties, just 1 for the Vikings, 6 for Brandywine.
Yeah, that's and you know, St. E's they don't want to turn the football over. That's the demons they got to exercise here in the second half. For Brandywine, it's going to be those penalties, Nick. Like you said, I mean, that was 5 penalties in the first half. Really hurt them.
Big ones. Some big ones.
Exactly. And they're going to have to exercise that demon here in the second half if they want to keep this lead at 20-12.
Because of some of the spot fouls, et cetera. Again, yardage. And now some more movement. I think another hard count from St. Elizabeth's got him to jump again up front.
Free first down. Again, tough start here for Brandywine. Again, that's going to be it. I mean, they're going to have to clean that up to preserve this lead. Both these teams are able to move the football. They shot themselves in the foot.
And as a quarterback, we know the cadence can be a weapon for you, absolutely. And now we're seeing Andrews do that 2 straight plays. And now once you do that, Pat, then you got the defense guessing, right? Then if you do the hard count, you can go quick count. That gets them a little bit step slower.
Yep.
So we'll see how it affects that Brandywine defensive line. 1st and 10 up now out to the 40. Andrews under center. Counter gap. And a nice hole and first down yardage up the gut for the Vikings into Brandywine territory, close to the 45. It's Hamilton.
Hamilton, again, he's getting some space, and now you're starting to see where he can make things happen. When I saw the Vikings for the first time a couple weeks ago against Tower Hill, he feasted against the second level of the defense of the Hillers, and they bottled him up in the first half, but he's been able to shake loose here on a couple of carries. Nice start here for the St. Elizabeth offense.
Right into Bulldog territory now at the 45. Deep motion for Montegaro. They come back on a quick hitter inside to Hamilton. Hamilton breaks 1 tackle, won't break the second. A group of Bulldogs corral him after a 2-yard gain.
A little better there by Brandywine, managing them to only 2 or 3 yards on that play.
The sun's starting to poke out a little bit here. Uh-oh. Just a tad for the first time here on this Saturday.
The eye of the storm.
That's right. We'll see what kind of conversations we're having later when that nor'easter makes its way.
Meteorologist Pat, watch me end up being wrong.
I don't know. I think I'm trying to
John
check the radar.
Bolaris moment.
At least we don't have any games we got to cover later tonight, I don't
Right.
believe. We'll see if Benny does. I don't believe. Is Benny wrapped up for the day?
Benny's got a game. I don't know what time it kicks off, though.
Williams, short catch on the hitch around the 40, able to turn upfield, and he's got first down yardage. He gets to the sticks and a few more as that completion going to be good to the 32-yard line.
Good throw here by Andrews. Nice route by Williams. Again, him and Matagaro on each side. and even Soto in the slot. They've got some guys that can make some plays in this passing game if they can get them the football. Nice work there by Williams, securing the catch and getting upfield for the first down.
Second catch for 31 yards for Williams. We'll see if they utilize him more, take some shots to him a little bit more here in the second half. They get that one-on-one coverage. They've had him a few times, but again, a few turnovers for the Vikings in the first half. Speed sweep to Montegaro, but he ran it right into his own teammates and that defensive line from Brandywine. That push up front for the Bulldogs, too much there.
It's just not there. It hasn't been there the whole game. Once again, great job by number 56, Stephen West, the senior. Great job penetrating and making the play, setting the Vikings up in second and long.
Montegaro doing his work through the air today. 4 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown, just 3 carries for -3 yards on the ground. Andrews under center. Double flanker on 2nd and 14. Montegaro, they'll fake the speed sweep. Andrews looking to throw. Has time. Across the middle, has Soto. Makes the catch at the 30. Soto with the speed down the sideline. Now trying to dodge some defenders. Runs in a circle and does so inside the 20 for Soto.
Great job again. A good crossing route right there. I like the play call by Coach Mike Lemon. He's got to keep going with this passing game. I think this is the key here for the Vikings. This is where they can make some plays against this Brandywine defense.
Gain of 14 that time for Andrews to Soto. 4 catches now for 98 yards for Soto. Didn't really get going until that final drive of the first half. He had a few big receptions on that drive. And now right back to him, another big play from number 2 in maroon. And he leads the team in receiving. Back under center is Andrews, 1st and 10 now from the 18. Some movement, no whistle, bootleg for Andrews, but not falling for it around the edge is Brandywine. Able to bring him down was Green.
Great job by Green coming off the edge, and that play was done before it even got started. Great work by Green on the blitz. Perfect time for it, and that's a big-time play by this Brandywine defense to push St. E's back.
That's a big loss on the sack by Green. I believe our first sack of the afternoon. And it comes for the playmaker on Brandywine's side, Jasir Green. So now 2nd and long, coming up the stick, sitting just outside the 5-yard line. And now we'll see Andrews back in the shotgun. It's going to be a trips look to the bottom here, with Hamilton, the freshman, to his right. Quick snap for St. Elizabeth. Out to the flat to Soto. He's been the playmaker with the ball in his hands, and this time Brandywine all over him as he caught that one out in the flat for a short gain.
St. E's might have got away with a false start there. Saw out in the backfield. Hamilton kind of took that step before the snap of the ball. The officials missed it. Minimal gain either way. Big 3rd down here. 3rd and long.
That catch brings Soto up over 100 yards receiving. 5 for 101 for Soto. He leads the team. Montegaro behind him. 4 catches for 82. Williams with the 2 catches for 31. And as you mentioned earlier, you think they can have success through the air. They've had it so far here in this one. Andrews with a nice passing game so far. But here's a big 3rd down now, most likely, or we'll see if 2-down territory for St. Elizabeth. They need 12. Here comes the pressure. This one thrown up to Williams, trying to track it down, and cannot, overshot him. A nice idea on the one-on-one coverage, but Andrews with the pressure couldn't get it to him, and he took a hard shot.
That was it. The pressure got to him there. Good pass rush by Brandywine. Good answer. Bend but don't break defense here, right? That the sack, and now they've gotten pressure on back-to-back plays. Good work by this Brandywine defense to tighten up, and a 4th and tough here for the Vikings. And this could turn, and may not be a turnover forced, but a turnover on downs is just the same.
That's absolutely right. So we'll see what they decide to draw up here. Heading off the field is Caleb Ross. A few subs here offensively for St. Elizabeth. Got to keep an eye on the play clock here. This one taking a little bit longer.
Yes.
So 4th and about 14. Need to get close to the 5-yard line. The 5 might do it. Trips to the top for Andrews. Hamilton the back. He'll stay into block. Andrews fires across the middle, and no one there. Again, a little bit pressured, Pat, there. Had to speed himself up a little bit, and that one sailed incomplete.
Great job by the Brandywine defense. Letting up 0 points right there, and the pass rush made all the difference in that one. Great work by the Bulldogs, and now they can really put their foot down in this game. They can come up with a big drive here.
Now, if you're St. Elizabeth, you got to start. I mean, we're not to that point yet. It's still just a one-touchdown game, but maybe the Vikings can try to cause a turnover themselves here. But Brandywine has been playing themselves a good ball game in all three phases.
Yeah, they're gonna need to. I mean, it's tough to win games -3 in the turnover battle.
That is true. That's very true. Some would say close to impossible. Inside handoff to start the drive to Taylor. Makes a jump cut, hit hard after that. As he coming up and making the play. That time, big number 75, Dominic Carucci.
Great work by Carucci on the second level. Great initial penetration, which is what caused Taylor to not get a head start.
And speaking of Taylor, we talked about his stats in the first half. 7 carries for 108 yards in half number 1. So his first carry here in half number 2 goes for just a yard, if that. So maybe St. E is trying to put a stop to the success that Taylor had back in the first half. Beauperron in the gun, got a running back to his right. He'll look to throw, one-on-one, looking for Jasir Green, and he dives and makes the catch at midfield. It was close. I don't think it came out late. I think he held on, and a big play from Beauperron to Green for 30.
Yeah, beautiful ball, and what a sellout by Green to hold on to that football. Tremendous play. That's just a pretty pass.
We were wondering when they might go back to Jasir Green through the air. Had the big catch for 25 early in the first half. That was the only completion for Chase Beauperron that went for positive yards in the first half. And they dial him back up here to start the first drive of half number 2 as the Bulldogs out to midfield.
Yeah, Beauperron is, he's a really good passer of the football as well. So kind of shocking to hear that stat, Nick.
Hand off to Taylor. Another nice hole opened up by that Bulldog offensive line, and Taylor rushes for 8.
Good run. Again, able to get into that second level of the defense. Brandywine starting to pick up some physicality here. And again, this is a huge possession as we tick down close to the end of the third quarter.
Quick quarter. And you said it, this is just a one-possession game, just an 8-point lead for Brandywine. We have not yet had a team go up by more than one score. So that would be a first if Brandywine's able to put some points on the board. Beauperron out of the shotgun, hands off to Taylor, and a nice play this time. Wrapped up for a TFL. I think it was Isaiah Coleman, and now Terrence Williams calling for a flag on the back end as we had some extracurriculars near the sideline.
Yeah, a little extra blocking going on. I like it, though. Again, physicality from Brandywine coming out right now. Trying to bully this St. Elizabeth team. Big
what
third
a play,
down.
Yeah, big play by Coleman that time. Would have been, 2nd and 1 coming in after the loss. Now 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs, who could be in 2-down territory to be determined. They'll need to get inside the 40 here for a first down as Beauperron is in the gun. Double slot. As motion for Taylor. They give it to Taylor, trying to get to the outside. Edge was there. He gets upfield, and he's got first down yardage, but flags come flying.
This might be a face mask.
It could be a face mask or a hold. It was in that area. Well, we talked about the penalties, and that is now the 8th penalty, and that's just the 8th accepted penalty here against Brandywine, still to just the one from the Vikings. And that is a big one, as you mentioned.
Yeah, both teams, they're demons coming out here, and the Vikings with the turnover on downs, and the penalties here. It's the 3rd penalty of the half already for Brandywine, and what was a 3rd and short that they converted. It's the 2nd time they've done this. Now sets up a 3rd and long. So let's see that. I think they got to go back to the air here. Put the ball back in Beauperron's hands. Try and get one of these receivers deep.
Beauperron just 3 of 8 for 55 yards. And all 55 coming to number 1, Jasir Green.
I'd look for that connection again. He's going to be lined up here against the Viking quarterback, Cole Andrews.
A lot of height in that matchup between those two guys. Double slot, make it empty. They'll empty it out for Beauperron on 3rd and 12.
Oh, boy. There's another.
And that time, it's going to be another full start. It was Raekwon Coates, the big junior left tackle, who kind of gave a hand motion as if maybe he couldn't hear or something was going on for him. And that's going to back them up 5 more. 3rd and 12 to now 3rd and 17. Penalty number 9 on Brandywine.
Yeah, that's kind of prevented them from kicking the door open.
Absolutely has, yeah. And it was 2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line just a few moments ago. Now 3rd and 17 from the 43. Once again, they'll empty it out. Peyton Taylor is the inside slot man to the top of the screen. Green, the outside receiver here to the bottom. They'll motion from trips from right to left. Beau Perrott will look to throw. Fires across the middle. Runs into the official. And our official goes down. A hard contact there in midfield. It was Dylan Walker trying to run the slant across the middle. And instead runs into our man on the stripes. That one looks again. Hope he's okay. A tough shot there at midfield, and our officials, they're tough. He bounces right back up, and now that's going to be 4th down. The pass falls incomplete.
Tough one there on the crossing route. Tough for Brandywine. Tough break. But there we have it. I mean, that's a big stop for St. East to get that, because that Brandywine had a chance to really take advantage of this.
A nice play made there, and now 4th down and a long. We'll see the punt team for the 2nd time today for Brandywine with the 3-up man to help prevent the block here. Almost blocked. Carucci got a nice jump, couldn't get to it. It was a good punt, so the high punt. It'll take a hop at the 30. And that's where it'll die at the 29-yard line. So St. E's gets that much-needed stop. Pat down by 1 possession. 2:05 still to go here in the 3rd quarter. And the offense back out onto the field around their own 29-yard line.
And once again, Brandywine hurt themselves. I mean, they converted the 3rd and short to keep that drive going, and the penalties hurt them.
Pat, 2nd and 1 from the St. E's 39. They ended up punting from inside their own 40.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough right there for the Bulldogs, and let's see if they can hold on.
Here comes the St. Elizabeth offense. Again, turnover on downs, first drive of the 2nd half. And now Andrews will start this one under center from the 30. Hand off to Isaiah Coleman. Coleman lowering the shoulder, carrying defenders with him. Coleman outside the 45.
Great run right there by Coleman. Good, tough running. I mean, this young man, he's just a bulldozer out there. That's a big-time carry. Reminds me a little bit, now this is a stretch, but like he's built like a little Eric Patton from back in the day at St. Elizabeth, and he would look for contact.
Yes, he would. He looked for contact when he was at IHM.
Yeah. As a 6th grader playing in the 8th grade league.
Those guys, I tell you, Eric and Andre, heck of a players. Also on the basketball court
they were
as well.
Eric was Charles Barkley. I mean, he was
Charles Barkley.
He was all of 5'11", 6 foot, but he averaged 11 rebounds.
I'll tell you,
for
when
us.
we were younger and he was at IHM and we were a little bit younger looking, I was like, man, that guy, he plays like a big center. I thought he was like a big
Big Baby Davis.
Yeah,
man.
really. I mean, they were phenomenal guys. Shout out to them.
Yeah, they're great guys, man. They're doing well too, man. Both married. Living out there on the West Coast.
Oh, there you go.
Andre, obviously, I think he made it long enough. He's collecting an NFL
That's right.
pension.
Last stint was it with the Eagles or was it Arizona before that? He was out there for
he was
a
training
little
camp
bit.
with the Eagles.
Yeah.
For a little bit, but obviously he cut his teeth with the Chargers, man. He got to the active roster a few times. Him and Keenan Allen are like best friends.
Keenan Allen's a heck of a player.
Yeah, I think he might have even been like the best. He was definitely a groomsman. Might have been the best man in his way.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're really close, supposedly.
Yeah, that's good. Again, Keenan Allen back with the Chargers this year. Who knows how long he'll be able to keep playing, but shout out to those guys. And
they're calling him Monk now, Keenan Allen. That's the crazy thing.
Here we go, back to the field here, 46-yard line for Isaiah Coleman, trying to get to the edge after the first down carry.
Again.
This is going to be huge to see who comes up with this one. And it is held up in the air by the Bulldogs, the 4th turnover. And we're not through 3 quarters here for the St. Elizabeth Vikings.
Both teams can't exercise their demons. And Brandywine's got 10 penalties, but they forced 4 turnovers. That's how you win football games right there. This defense, again, finding a way.
Unbelievable. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles for the St. Elizabeth offense. As once again, the defense able to force a big punt here late in the 3rd, and the offense can't hold on to the football. And as Pat mentioned, that's been the theme so far today for St. E's. And now the defense going to have to come up with another big stop. 1:28 to go here in the third. A lot of football left, but this Brandywine offense has only had so many slip-ups here.
I think Brandywine now, as we get close to the end of the third quarter, might get into a true clock mode, right? They've had success running the football. Perhaps you get back to that here, but again, you can't have the penalties.
Beauperron in the gun, hands off to Peyton Taylor, trying to get outside, and he runs into two Vikings in the backfield. First, I think that got him was Caleb Ross, and then Spreewell Dickerson was also in the mix.
Great work there by that St. E's defensive front. And you're right. I mean, that play was initiated by Ross. Got off his block, tackled him in the backfield. Big-time play on first down.
Yeah, loss of 4 for Taylor, who's been going backwards in the second half. 4 carries for 3 yards in half number 2, 7 for 108 in the first half. Let's see if Brandywine tries to get him rolling again. Slot to the left this time for Beauperron on 2nd and 14, and more flags. And let's see where this one goes.
It looks like another penalty on Brandywine here.
This would take them to double digits, and it is. Motion up front, and now at this point, Pat, they've had a few false starts. You saw, of course, last time Raquan Coates kind of put his hands in the air after his false start last time. Do you think maybe it's something with the cadence from Beauperron, or do you think maybe they're just jumping?
I'm not sure. It's tough to say from up here.
Bill throw here. Beauperron has a man wide open. Jasir Green catches it at the 50, gets to the sideline, brought down at the 41. They get all that yardage back.
Great work right there. Again, go to Mr. Reliable right there, and that's been Jasir Green. Good out route, good ball, good execution there by Brandywine. And another opportunity for they should probably take this one to the fourth quarter. And again, set themselves up here to put their foot on the throats of the Vikings. Let's see if they can take advantage of it finally.
7 seconds and winding. We'll see if the Bulldogs get another playoff. I don't think they will. 3, 2, and 1. And that'll take us to the conclusion of quarter number 3. Brandywine maintains the 20-12 lead they had when entering the third quarter. St. E's with another big turnover. Brandywine into the Vikings territory. We'll pick it up when we come back. Fourth quarter action just around the corner here on 302 Sports.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across.
And welcome back. First snap to the fourth quarter. It's Peyton Taylor met in the backfield. He's finally brought down by Isaiah Coleman at around the 45-yard line. So the first down carry loses 4, and now Brandywine behind the sticks. But the last few times they've had 3rd and long, they've converted. It'll be 2nd and 14 here to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and this is winning time here, Nick. Fourth quarter. It's been a sloppy second half by both teams. This is a key score. Obviously, Brandywine scores, 2-possession lead. They kind of take a deep breath finally. St. E's is the first team to score. We got ourselves with a 2-point conversion for a tie. So this is a big swing upcoming here in this game.
Beauperron to throw on 2nd and 14. Has a man wide open. Can Monagaro get there? He can't, but it's in and out of the hands of his intended target, trying to go down the field to Kyron Robinson.
That's another crucial drop here by Brandywine. Perfect ball by Beauperron. I mean, a perfect ball.
Might have been his best ball of the afternoon.
Yeah, that one hurts, but still got life. 3rd down and long here. And it could be 4-down territory. Let's see.
They've converted on either 3rd and long or 4th and long the last couple drives, and now 3rd and 14 again. That's what it was on the McNair conversion to end the third quarter. So once again, Beaupron and the Bulldogs looking at 3rd and 14. Got to get inside the 30 as the first down marker set right at the St. Elizabeth 30-yard line. It'll be slot to the left, Beaupron in the shotgun. They set up a screen to the wide side. It is Green who catches it. Green out of the middle of the field. St. E's got to tackle him. Green makes another defender miss, and he stays on his feet as he carries St. Elizabeth into the red zone. Another big 3rd and long conversion for Beaupron and the Bulldogs.
Great work. They got the screen to work that time. And, again, in the open field, Brandywine has been able to make plays all day. Great work. And now they're set up to finally take advantage of this game. Let's see if they can score here in the red zone.
Jasir Green over 100 yards receiving now. 4 catches for 103 yards. And you look at Beauperon's stats, he's got 5 completions for 103 yards. So just the one completion on the screen that went for no gain is the only other completion that has not gone to number 1 in white, Jasir Green. And we do have a player down here getting helped off to the other side of the field is a Viking. That's not a good sign. That is Terrence Williams who is being helped off. That'd be a big loss offensively and defensively for St. E's as Beaupron now talking with Coach Mays, getting the play call ready for 1st and 10 coming up from inside the 15.
It looks like he might be cramping. They're trying to get him straightened out over there.
So you mentioned, I said it before the top of the hour, 54 on this roster for Brandywine.
Sean Rodriguez. Oh, 54. Jeez, Nick, that's my fault. I'm reading you the name of number 54.
Well, there's a lot that we're trying to decipher up here right now, but we are good. Again, Brandywine with the 8-point lead now into the 4th quarter, and they have been hindered by penalties, but the turnovers that they've been able to force have put them in this position with this 1 touchdown lead and a chance now to go back in.
Another discussion here. Let's see. I don't know what this discussion is. Might be 1st and goal. Yeah. Goal to go.
Yeah, 1st and goal. Now Beaupron, quick pitch out to Taylor. He ran right in. That might have been Coleman again. I have to wait and see. It was actually Soto, and he had some help there as well, Pat. Who made first contact?
Ethan Valentine looked like coming off the edge there, if I'm not mistaken, number 9. Who's only a freshman. Nice work by the freshman.
I'll tell you what, though, St. E's, Pat, in the second half, Peyton Taylor has 6 carries for -5 yards.
It's Leo Loeb, one or the other. It's 9 or 8. Can't tell.
Yeah, that's a big difference. So St. E's been able to stop the running game here in the second half almost entirely. Taylor had over 105 yards rushing in the first half. He's gone for negative yardage here in half number 2. But it's been Beaupron and Green through the air that have had the big plays for this Bulldog offense. So after the loss, it'll be 2nd and goal now from outside the 10-yard line, and more whistles and more delay a game. Man. 11th penalty accepted against Brandywine.
I mean, Brandywine, it's not going to hurt them right now because they're in field goal range. But, like, once again, kicking themselves in the foot here. Or shooting themselves in the foot, I should say.
Either one.
Either one.
2nd and long, 2nd and goal from the 18-yard line. Beaupron, 1-step drop out of the gun, one-on-one fade. That one's intercepted by Andrews, who stays in the field of play. Andrews down the sideline. Andrews walks out of bounds at the 45, and a huge turn of events here as Brandywine going in. Instead, it's the Vikings going out for the first turnover of the afternoon for Brandywine.
First, it was a tough throw there by Beaupron. Great coverage by Andrews. Stayed with it. Receiver fell down. Andrews did a great job high pointing the football. Kept his feet in bounds and went down the sidelines. And how about this? I mean, every time one of these teams tries to get something going, something stops them. That one hurts for Brandywine. Their defense is going to have to step up right here. Let's see if the Vikings can finally pull themselves even. Let's see.
Vikings been looking for that turnover defensively. They finally get one. And again, we've seen some issues with some of these fades at the goal line. Just a little bit underthrown again. We saw Andrews underthrow one in late in the first half. That one a little bit underthrown there, gets intercepted. And you said the penalty once again before that play. Not sure if it changed anything there, but that backed him up, had him put it in the air.
Yeah,
and
well,
now it's turnover.
And when you get 10 yards of penalties on back-to-back plays and you go from first and goal at the 9 to second and goal at the 19, it changes the strategy in terms of your play call. I mean, you're not going to throw that fade from the 9-yard line most likely. You're going to run the football, or you're going to throw one of these short routes. But yeah, it's tough, man.
Sub here running on is Dickerson, I believe, as Troy Jones had to leave. I believe maybe an equipment issue. So a new right tackle for the Vikings on this play. 1st and 10 after the turnover. They're in Brandywine territory. Double counter gap. They get it back this way to Monegaro. Can't split the two defenders, but picks up 10 and a new set of downs.
That was a double handoff, which is tough to execute right there. And a lot of traffic in the lane. Sainey's lucky to keep that ball from off the turf there.
I'll tell you what, though, again, we go back to it. And I'm sure St. E's has been running these plays for a long, long time. And again, it looks so reminiscent of what William Penn ran back in the day, that little double handoff that they used to do as well. And
it's a Delaware wing team, man.
It is, man. That's right. Everybody can do it, and it's just how successful can you be at it. And St. E's with a nice job there. 8:57 in winding, 4th quarter. Vikings down by a score. 1st and 10 now from just outside the 30. Andrews will go under center.
The great Tubby Raymond for that offense.
There's the play-action rollout. Andrews is met and dropped. A huge sack. A momentum shifter that time by Mamadi Kandi.
Great work by Kandi. And, again, St. E's can't get out of their own way. I mean, that was a slow developing play. Huge pass rush. I mean, it looked like they had the edge at the beginning, but he never got out there.
Kind of stayed in the pocket, more stepped up. It was supposed to be, I thought, a rollout.
It was.
And instead, he kind of stopped. I think he saw the guy where he wanted to go with the football and just tried to stop and quickly get rid of it, but couldn't as Kandi was right there. That's a huge loss.
Massive loss.
And now way behind the sticks are the Vikings, up now to the 42, the first down marker around the 22. Going to need about 20, but they've got some downs to work with. Let's see. Andrews, deep motion to Monegaro. They'll pitch it to him. Trying to look for the edge. Monegaro dropped from behind, no gain. A great pursuit by that defense of Brandywine.
Great job, Brandywine. Again, coming up with a huge play to disrupt this after the big turnover. The sack might make all the difference in this one. This defense has made plays, Nick. After giving up 12 points in the first half, obviously they forced the 4 turnovers. They've come up with huge tackles for loss and sacks. This has been an impressive performance by this Brandywine defense after some adversity early, losing Amori Johnson for this game.
That's right. That's a good point, too. That's something we haven't mentioned since early on. Amori Johnson, one of the big-time weapons for this Brandywine team, went down on the first drive of the ball game. We have not seen number 5 since. He came out earlier to start the half on crutches, and he has not re-entered. And Brandywine still picking it up here. Andrews to the flat to Soto. Soto runs into Dylan Walker. And he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage, and a big-time play by number 25.
Fantastic job by Walker. Stayed in his flat, waited for Soto to come to him, came up, drove him back. Good work. And now you're going to see a punt from St. Elizabeth. They do have 3 timeouts left as we tick down to the midway point of the 4th quarter.
So now Andrews has 181 yards passing.
Again, Brandywine avoids disaster here.
Bad snap. Andrews picks it up. Not really a rush from Brandywine, so he is able to get it off, and it's going to take a St. E's bounce inside the 10-yard line. So the worst field position to start to date here this afternoon for the Brandywine Bulldogs. They'll start this one from their own 8-yard line, 5:58 to go. Brandywine up by 8, a one-possession game here, and now St. E's needs to come up with a stop.
They do, yes. St. E's They've got to stay true. They got to tackle. I mean, I know that that's not necessarily a strength, but they're going to have to tackle. And Brandywine, they've got to run a clean possession here. You can't have the penalties to hurt yourself, especially pinned down deep in the zone. They're going to have their cleanest drive of the game, and they can very easily, run this clock out or score a decisive touchdown. This is a huge drive for the Bulldogs here.
And as you said, they've done a great job limiting the run game here in the second half. Taylor's gone for negative yards here on about 6 or 7 carries, as they're going to have a new running back here to the left. It's going to be a direct snap to Beauperon. Must have been a miscommunication or something there, as he's dropped close to the goal line. Going to be
penalty
a negative play.
Yeah, right. That's a huge loss. Let's see what this penalty is. It's on the far side, Nick. False start. I think they're going to decline this. Yes, they will. So 2nd and long. I mean, where did he get tackled back at the 2?
It was close. It was the 1 or 2 yard line, and it was a new formation for them. They had the big man who made the sack on that last drive. Mamadi Kandi was in the backfield as a running back, and Beauperon took the snap and ran left. I didn't know if it was supposed to be a sweep. Maybe he was supposed to follow Kandi. There was something going on there. Either way, Beauperon's dropped for a loss. And now they're pinned right in front of their own end zone. Handoff here to start, and going to get him some running room is Peyton Taylor. That actually ends up being a big carry.
Yeah, it is. Great job. Freshman Ethan Valentine in the way. It gets him back to the original line of scrimmage.
Right.
A little breathing room now where you could go run or pass.
7 carries for 0 yards in this second half for Taylor. Again, St. Elizabeth's doing a good job bottling him up after the exceptional first half number 3 had for the Bulldogs. And now 3rd and 10. A big play coming up here as Beauperon and Brandywine have been pretty good on 3rd down when they've needed it.
They have, and look for number 1 here, Jasir Green. He's the guy.
Beauperon's going to look to the other side of the field. Has a man wide open and just out in front of the outstretched arms of Kyron Robinson on 3rd and 10. It falls incomplete, and now the punt team and Cleghorn coming on.
Nick, he had him. I mean, it was a beautiful out-cutting route. I think it was a broken coverage. I can't. Usually, St. East is running a cover 3 there, and Matagaro just stayed up. He sucked up for that trips looking for the short routes, and they leaked him right behind. That's a big-time play miss. That would have been a walk-in touchdown. Beauperon just a little too much on it, and that's a big stop here for the Vikings. They're going to have a chance to have great field position here.
Cleghorn is deep, heels at the back of his own end zone. So a big play coming. 4:50 left to go in this one. St. E's down by 8. Do we see some pressure here from the Vikings on the punt? Not too much, and Cleghorn gets off a good one.
That's a great punt.
Cleghorn takes a bounce, and that's going to get all the way into, believe, close to St. E's territory, maybe just at the Brandywine 47-yard line. So Cleghorn does his best to give the Bulldogs some breathing room, and now it's going to be the Viking offense taking over with great field position here at the Brandywine 47, down by 8. Here we go, Pat, as an offense. This is what you dream of, a chance to take this down the field and tie things up late.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful pump by Cleghorn. It could have been a lot worse there for Brandywine. And St. E's has that. Again, neither offense has really done a great job at executing here in the second half.
Not at all.
3 timeouts and 4:40 to go. The Vikings have a chance yet again to exercise some demons here and negate the 4 turnovers and try and force overtime. Let's see if they can.
Williams is back out. This is a quick hitter up the middle. They fake the speed sweep. It's an inside handoff right up the gut. And that picks up about 7 or 8 yards. It was Micah Hamilton.
Yeah, that's going to have to be the play for them because Brandywine has been tremendous at stopping that speed sweep. So if you're going to show that speed sweep motion, you're probably going to have to hit that fullback dive off of it in order to net some positive yards.
2nd and 2 after the 8-yard gain up the middle. As Andrews back under center here for the Vikings. It's Matagaro in motion. Another fake speed sweep right back up the middle of the freshman Hamilton. He's going to have first down yardage. We'll call it a gain of about 3. That'll move the sticks.
Got their first down there. Tick, tick, tick on the clock. Brandywine, do they have one more stop in them here?
They've already forced 4 turnovers. Yep. I almost said 3. I had to recount there myself. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. But it's been the penalties that have hurt Brandywine today. They've got 12 of them. 3:41 and winding. The shotgun snap to Andrews. Looking for Williams. One-on-one coverage with Walker. And no flag. Good coverage on the back end. There was some contact down the field, but Walker able to break that one up at the 15 as Williams a little slow to get up.
Walker, great job. Put the sword back in the holster, too, on the celebration. He did a great job staying deeper than deepest, man. That's what they teach you. And, the throw was a little bit underthrown there, and Williams couldn't come back, make a play on the football. Big-time play right there by the junior corner, Dylan Walker, to prevent the big play.
And Williams is cramping, so again, nothing serious there to get. He will be able to get up and get off the field, so that is at least a good sign for St. Elizabeth. We'll have to come out this play, but you got to lump that if you're Andrews and the Vikings and Coach Lemon, right, one-on-one on the outside with Terrence Williams. Just a nice breakup by Walker, a little bit underthrown and some contact down the field. And now Williams hopefully will be able to get up under his own power here in a moment. They're stretching him out near the 15-yard line. He is now on the sideline.
Center of the field, you got Jasir Green trying to get stretched out as well. So
there you go.
becoming an issue.
One. Yeah, it's about a chilly Saturday afternoon for.
Got to hydrate
that.
even in the cold.
That's absolutely right. Got to hydrate. Also, especially you got a 10:30 a.m. kickoff. Make sure you get that good breakfast in, et cetera, here before the game. It's a little bit different when you're playing at 10:30 on a Saturday morning.
I hated morning games.
Yeah, I did.
Could never get my breath, I felt like.
I wasn't a big. I mean, on homecoming, we used to play on Saturdays, but they were always afternoon games at least.
I mean, we didn't play. We played when I was in high school. We played Mount Pleasant in the morning, Tatnall in the morning,
at Mount Pleasant. Right.
But primarily was the morning basketball practices and morning basketball games in CYO. Like a high school basketball practice, CYO games. I just felt like I could never catch my breath in the morning. It was awful. It's like my body wasn't awake.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm a night. I like to play at night or late afternoon.
Yes.
I'll give you a 3:30 kick. I'm all for that. As both guys continue to be stretched out, as Pat mentioned, dealing with some cramping here in this one. But when we get back to the field of play, it'll be 2nd and 10. St. Elizabeth's down by a score at the Brandywine 35. So they take a shot there on first down. It is incomplete. They got the look they were looking for with the one-on-one matchup. And now we'll see what they decide to do here on 2nd down. I've had some success with Hamilton up the middle on some plays so far on this drive. But we'll see what the Vikings do. Need a score here with 3:33 to go.
They do, and they're going to have to get busy again. I mean, it's this Brandywine defense has been advantageous in terms of takeaways. We'll see if St. E's goes to the running game at all, or if they're going to just go strictly pass. They got to get a little more creative. Where they moved the football a lot of times was the middle of the field, Nick. I mean, they were able to hit Soto on some crossing routes, things of that nature. These fades, Brandywine's got them covered. They're not playing tight coverage. They're playing the deep third. They're staying disciplined, and those deep cutting routes, they're not going to be there unless you do some kind of play action fake or double move. Just the straight fades are not there. They're playing very disciplined in their secondary, which is going to help them here in this final 3.5 minutes.
And a big loss for both teams here on this upcoming play. We're not sure when we'll see both of these guys again, but losing Williams offensively for St. E's and losing Green defensively for Brandywine. So we'll see what the Vikings do here on this play. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Beau Perrant here on the sideline for Brandywine at the 45, helmet in hand, kind of looking on, right, as a quarterback. Not much you can do defensively, but show your support there. And his defense has done a great job for them here today, forcing those 4 turnovers.
They got to move Williams out of the way. This poor kid, man. He's in some severe pain. He can't even get to his sideline.
That's tough. I've had that happen to me just once. And, yeah, that can be a tough one there to get you carried off. Now, 2nd and 10, action set to resume here at Abyssinia with St. Elizabeth's needing a score. Double handoff to Manigaro, back the other side, breaks one tackle, breaks another, and he's able to somehow turn that into positive yardage. He picks up about 4 or 5. And is there laundry on the field?
There is. Far side, probably going to get a hold. Looks like it's on the St. E side of the line of scrimmage. Illegal shift. So, I mean, do you accept that or negate it? I mean,
that's a good question. I would probably
do you take the down, or do you push, or do you take the yardage?
I'd probably take the yardage.
2nd and 15 or 3rd and 5. Looks like they're going to take them back.
With the way the offenses have been here in the second half, the way their secondary and defense has been playing, they forced for 4 turnovers. I may be trying to push them back. I think that is what they're going to do. So now if you're the Vikings, you get another down, right? Then you got to make up that yardage somehow. And 2nd and 15 now outside the 40. For the Vikings, 3-0-7 and ticking. This time it'll be Andrews in the gun. Motion to trips, and is that going to be
false start?
And now about this.
Penalties coming at a horrible time to have them.
They have been so disciplined all game long until this potential final drive here, and now back-to-back penalties has them looking at over 2nd and 20.
Well, and again, having the small roster, fatigue sets in. And that's a sign of fatigue right there.
No Jasir Green defensively for Brandywine, and I believe no Williams on the offensive side for St. E's. Trips here. They try to set up the screen. They get it. Get it into the hands of Jaden Gonzalez-McNulty. And he's able to get close back to the 40, picks up 4 or 5, and now St. E's going to have 2 downs to get 15.
Yeah, not the greatest situation because of the penalties. We'll see. I mean, that's a positive play, though. Good job by Gonzalez getting upfield. No huddle.
No huddle.
Look.
Brandywine looks a bit confused. Soto fires incomplete off the hands of Gonzalez-McNulty across the middle, a little behind his intended target, and now 4th and 15 for the Vikings.
Kind of fired that one in a little bit behind his receiver. Not having Williams here hurts the Vikings.
Both quarterbacks, it seems like in this one, have been sped up just a little bit, releasing the ball very quickly. But
Here's
again,
your
in
game,
some of
Nick.
the offense, yeah.
Here's your game, 4th and 14, 2 minutes to go.
I don't think there is a Williams sighting.
Nah, he's walking behind.
Oh, that's right. He's still on the near sideline. That's
walking
right.
behind the end zone right now. Nice slow pace.
So on the right side, it's going to be Soto and Karasari in the trips formation. 4th and 15, that's what the Vikings need. Going to launch it up down the sideline. It's up for grabs, and great defense coming over and breaking it up from the safety position is Kyron Robinson.
McNair again. Another play by McNair flying over from the safety position to knock that one away. Great work. Yet again, this Brandywine defense, they've stepped up, Nick. They've stepped up, forced 4 turnovers today, and have knocked away big-time plays, made some tackles in the backfield. I mean, this defense, if there's they're the players of the game for this one. They've turned this game on its head. Great work by the Bulldog defense. Under 2 minutes to go. Now this offense just has to secure pretty much at 1 first down. The Vikings do have all 3 timeouts, but with a 40-second play clock, you can do some math here.
And they've done a good job of stopping the run game for Brandywine. They're going to have to do it 3 straight times, take 3 quick timeouts if they want to try to have a chance at this one. Momdi back in the backfield. Going to be an inside handoff. He's wrapped up from behind. Timeout St. Elizabeth. It was Manigaro who got there first.
There's the timeout. Brandywine just has to hold on to that football. Can't have a turnover here.
Clock now at 1:52 was a 1-yard gain, so 2nd and 9 coming up, and we'll see what it looks like on 3rd down coming up here potentially if we get there for Brandywine. But they have Cleghorn as the punter, but if they get to a 4th down and manageable, we'll see what they decide to do if they get closer to the sticks. But St. E's needs to come up with 2 big plays to get to that point here on the next 2 and keep this clock stopped and try to get the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, right now, St. E's has just got to sell out for the run. You know, you're kind of in desperate times here, and you're going to want to get that ball back 3 and out. You don't want to give up a 1st down here. Throw bodies at the ball carriers. and take the chance. Play action pass, you take the shot here that, that they don't run the passing play.
Walker is the back behind Beau Perrant, maybe to give Taylor a little bit of a break. Taylor, though, is at the flanker, so watch for the sweep. Movement up front. That might have been against Brandywine. It's close. That was, they're going to go against St. Elizabeth's. That would be a huge penalty against the Vikings.
Huge,
wow.
Huge. So penalties have hurt Brandywine all game. Turnovers have hurt St. E's. Now St. E's is starting to get penalized.
3 penalties in the last minute. Going back to offense for St. Elizabeth. This just made things a heck of a lot easier for Brandywine. 2nd and 4. Now you need a big play defensively for the Vikings. Motion is Robinson. Snap to Beaupont. They're coming back the other direction with Taylor. Taylor's got first down yardage. Deeper into St. E's territory. He's inside the 45, and that's going to make it tough for the Vikings to come back in this one.
Hey, good play call right there. First time we've seen misdirection from Brandywine in the run game. It was a perfect time for it. Great work. That might do it right there. St. E's probably going to take their 2nd time out, and they can only stop it one more time. And at this point, Brandywine just has to secure the football, do not turn it over, and they've earned themselves a big-time victory against another 1A championship contender. This is big time from this Brandywine Bulldogs team. Mental toughness here in the second half from them.
Another timeout on the field. You said it, and it was St. E's that's been so disciplined all afternoon. Then they get on offense on the last drive. They rack up 2 penalties, then a huge one there defensively. 3 penalties in the final few minutes after just having won the entire ball game, and that made things a little bit more tough here late in the 4th. So whistles and the offense coming back out.
Marty Sheehan telling us as this ball up the middle. Good run, hold on to the football. Marty Sheehan with the DM telling me, we were talking about the Pattons earlier. Andre, obviously, scored 1,000, played basketball, he talked about it. He's the all-time leading scorer at St. E's. Who did he pass? Marty's brother, Mike.
Ah,
Sheehan for the all-time.
how about that? There you go.
Two St. E legends right there. Big time. I can't quite remember what the total is.
Awesome. I'm sure it's a lot.
Andre got 1,000 his junior year, so it's got to be, I don't know what the total is. It's got to be 13, 14, 1,500 points, something along that line. But a couple of St. E's legends talking about there.
How about that?
Final timeout here from the Vikings, Nick. And again, all this takes Brandywine 2 hands on the football, or they may even knee this one out. Start doing some math.
Well, Pat, that'll take us to my question for you, as we'll be having our player of the game interview coming up here in just a few moments. My favorite part of the podcast is putting you on the spot and making you come up with a player of the game, because today would be a very tough day to do it. We've had a lot of big plays, some different turnovers forced, and again,
Jasir Green really made a difference in this offense. You had him, Zahir McNair in the secondary as well, but I think this might go to Green.
Yeah, him and Taylor kind of leading
they're
the
gonna
offense.
Call this on the defense here. I mean, both teams are jumping off sides.
Yeah, this is getting a little sloppy here late.
The mental fatigue settling in the second half. St. E's giving more yards away.
Gone scoreless so far here in the second half. 20-12 was our score at the break. Back to Taylor. Picks up another yard. So clock will run. A big play coming up for the most part, but as you mentioned earlier, Pat, time is getting short.
And right now you're going to tell your quarterback, Chase Beauparlant, to watch that back judge and don't snap the football until you see that back judge's hands start to wave in the air. Wind this play clock down as far as you possibly can.
So winding it down here, and again, that interview coming up here after the game with our player of the game. And then, of course, the votes for the rankings coming in over the weekend, and then look out for those new rankings coming out on Monday. Timeout here for Brandywine with 45 seconds left just to
so
put something
one
together.
more. I mean, if this play lasts 5 seconds, it'll do it. If not, there's going to be 1 or 2 seconds left on a 4th down snap.
It's been that kind of day, Pat. Who knows?
The 1st down secures it for sure. A stop here will force Brandywine to maybe run the clock out on a 4th down and then throw the ball away, so to speak, or take a knee after you let the clock run out. But it's a heck of a win here for the Brandywine Bulldogs, barring some epic conclusion here. Big-time win.
That's right, and if we're speaking any different, it'll be your top play of the week come next week. But Brandywine put together a nice game. Again, the only blemish, as you mentioned throughout, has been the penalties. They had 12 of them, but able to overcome all of that with the offense. The defense was the big part of it today, forcing 4 turnovers. So 3rd and 2. And Taylor's going to get there, I believe, and that's going to do it. Peyton Taylor seals the deal for Brandywine, and your second-ranked team in Class 1A gets another big win over third-ranked St. Elizabeth. So Brandywine continues their great season, and they're on their way to a 20-12 victory here in Abyssinia.
Nice job by Brandywine. Again, overcoming the adversity of the early injury to Amori Johnson. Nice win for the Brandywine Bulldogs. Nick's going to take his talents down to the sideline. Get ourselves a post-game interview. (20-12) your final here from Abyssinia Stadium this morning. And Jason Winchell joins us up here while Nick's on his way down to the field for the post-game interview. And Jay, impressive victory here by Brandywine as we'll continue to watch this wind down. Impressive job. First half was fireworks all over the place. Teams scoring left and right. And then here in the second half, it tightened up, and Brandywine won the battle at the end there. And Jay, I mean, this was a big-time win for Brandywine in their pursuit for a 1A state championship.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we expected a good game here. Don't forget about Concord, who is 6-0, also in District 1. You know, it's been very good, but a very competitive game here, and Brandywine took advantage of the St. East turnovers.
That they did, and they had some penalties, which really kind of hurt them, but they were able to keep their heads about it, Jay, and not let it, you know, continue to melt away their momentum. And I mean, just an impressive performance from this team as they come over to do their alma mater in front of their student section and band here. But you know, losing early in this game, Amori Johnson, I believe, on the second play of the game. That can derail you mentally. They kept their focus here, and this was impressive from this group.
Yeah, it did. And, Pat, the difference was the kicker today. 8 points for him, 2 field goals of 40-plus yards, and 2 extra points. And that's the 8-point difference right there.
Absolutely. And, you know, you looked at it, the turnovers and 2 touchdowns really kind of hurt it. And then the field goal as well, give them some breathing room. The 2 field goals from from Brandywine. You're right. And this young man, Ian Cleghorn was great. He was great here today. And how about kicking? That's the thing this weekend. And you saw it last night, a walk-off field goal in overtime. And then today, 2 field goals, 2 extra points, the difference for Brandywine. Gotta love seeing the special teamers getting in the mix.
Absolutely. You know, that's the name of the game here.
As Nick's going to get...
he gave him the chain, and then...
Yeah, they're going to break it down as a team, which is right.
And that's the way to go. You'll see that in most teams right after the game. They get...
Jasir Green's excited for it, man. He's getting all pumped up.
I'll tell you what, Coach Mays, he always likes how we come out to the game, so he likes seeing that chain on one of his team's players, and they earned it here today because that was a great game between 2 very good teams. And
yeah, you're exactly right. And
can we see this again in possibly the semifinals or championship? Sign me up.
Well, and that's it, Jay. I mean, both these teams are considered 2 of the best down here in 1A. You know, taking a look down in your bunker here, I believe this is the Vikings' 2nd loss. Not quite sure how that might hurt them.
Well, the first one, it was an okay loss because it was against Archmere. So they got 2 points for playing them.
Sure.
Archmere could get to 7 wins. If they win out, that would give them 2 more points. So it's almost like playing a team below 500. You'll get 4 points for that one. Here, Brandywine's going to finish good with a good record. They'll probably get a bonus point or 2 out of that. So, but their big win was Tower Hill. They went up a class, so 6 points just for beating Tower Hill.
That's going to help them for sure, Jay. And I mean, Brandywine accepting the challenge here. I mean, this is a quality opponent, and you know, last year we saw this team. We got excited about them. We felt like, hey, look, Brandywine's on their way. This is another year forward, especially a lot of it will depend on the health of Amori Johnson. Hopefully he can get himself back healthy in the coming weeks. But, I mean, this is a big-time win for this program who's trying to win a state championship for the first time in Lord knows how long. I don't have that year in front of me, but it's an impressive start for them.
Yeah, and the thing about them is Coach Mays, he went out and they had 4 2A games on their schedule to start the year, including DMA and Howard. They beat and Laurel. They lost to Howard and Laurel, but beat DMA.
Mm-hmm.
And Mount Pleasant was the other 2A team on there. So, you know, they loaded up bonus points. If they win this district now, you know, they could easily be the 1 or 2 seed going into this tournament. Like you said, they gotta. I think both these teams will be looking to get healthy as the season winds down here.
Absolutely. As we're now getting ready to send it down to Nick Alessandrini, who's with our player of the game, Jasir Green. Take it away, Nick.
All right. I'm here with our player of the game, Jasir Green. Brandywine, big win over St. Elizabeth's in a clash of 1, number 2 versus number 3. Jasir, congratulations. First off, let me start there. But what was the mindset for you and the guys coming into this one here at Abyssinia? 10:30 a.m. kickoff against the Vikings.
Yeah, just be fast and physical. I came to be hardworking. Man, that's all we wanted to win. That's all.
And then again, a tough loss for you guys. Some injuries here today. I know Maury Johnson goes down early. That can kind of be an emotional thing for a team. How are you guys able to respond after that, a tough loss?
Just have our next guys come up and try to win. That's all. Bring the next guys up. Next team win. That's all it is.
And again, a big one here at 10:30 a.m. kickoff. How many times you played here on a Saturday at 10:30, and what did you think about that?
First time, but it was a great first time.
Now, what is the key for you guys kind of putting things together? The defense comes up with 4 turnovers here today. That was kind of the big theme there. Your thoughts on the defensive perspective and play today?
Yes, we played hard. We played through every quarter. We knew it wasn't going to be a tough game, but we played and we fought every round.
And you had some big catches there, especially in the second half. Got this. I think you and Chase got it going there late into that rhythm. But what's the key for you guys for the rest of the season? Again, you continue to climb those ranks, sitting at number 2 before the weekend ends. What's the key for you guys going on that big run this year and being the team you think you can be?
Just keep competing. That's all. We was the underdogs last year, but this year we're just going to better mindset and we come to fight. That's all it is.
There it is. How about them dogs?
Oh, go dogs, baby. Let's go!
Player of the game, John Green. Congratulations. Yes, sir. You too. And we'll see you as we continue here.
Thanks again, Nick. Jay, that's awesome. Jasir Green, your player of the game here tonight or today. A tremendous victory for this Brandywine Bulldog team. So, Jay, let's wrap this thing up. Final thoughts for both these programs.
Yeah, again, excellent win here for Brandywine. Come here on the road, 10:30 game. Not easy to get out of here with the win. They finished the year at Concord, which is the other team that's in this class that's making some noise. They're undefeated, by the way. Concord 6-0. And then St. Elizabeth's. This is the start of 3 tough in the stretch. They got Conrad and Concord coming up the next 2 weeks. So this is kind of the beginning of a 3-game stretch where I think we'll know more about St. Elizabeth's. They come up with a short end here tonight, but they got 2 more, and I think they'll be good heading into the state tournament as well.
Oh, that's exactly right. So thanks once again, folks, for tuning in this weekend. A lot of great football on display here at 302 Sports. Jay, upcoming, anything going on this week?
We got the Big Sally's Appaquiddick on Friday night, and Benny's got 2 games this week. I know he's got Laurel Archmere on Saturday, and I think he has Sussex Central and Cape on Friday night.
So there we have it. 3 great football games coming to you next weekend. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay dry out there for the rest of the weekend. For all of us here at 302 Sports, we're going to send this one to you guys to enjoy the rest of your weekend. 20-12, your final. Brandywine gets the win. See you next weekend, folks.